Imagine for a moment. Take a deep breath and dive within, beyond the skin, the muscles, the bones. Dive deeper into the silent space between your cells. In that space, bathed in the warm darkness of your being, there is something you've forgotten, but that has never forgotten you. It's not a memory. It's not an idea. It is an architecture, a sacred biological technology, a circuit of liquid light running dormant through every fiber of your body. This is your quantum biocircuit. It wasn't installed. It wasn't a gift. It is your original configuration, the vibrational signature of your soul imprinted on your biology from the first moment of your existence. It is the original blueprint of who you came here to be, before the world told you who you should be. It slumbers there, waiting, pulsing gently like distant stars on a moonless night. It holds the frequency of your deepest courage, your most crystalline clarity, your most unconditional love. It is the direct bridge between your consciousness and the infinite field of all possibilities. But for most of us, most of the time, this circuit remains offline, deactivated, and we feel this disconnection every day, even if we don't know what to call it. We feel a kind of exhaustion in the soul, a feeling of running with the battery always at 10%. We feel it as a mental fog, a difficulty in hearing our own intuition beneath the constant noise of the world. We feel it as a hunger that no food, no achievement, and no relationship seems to fully satisfy. We search for answers out there, in books, in gurus, in systems, trying to build bridges to a better reality. But what if the most powerful bridge, the fastest connection, and the most advanced technology was already inside you, waiting for just one thing, waiting for the activation command? What we are going to do together on this journey is not to learn something new. It is to remember something ancient. We are not going to build anything. We are going to awaken what already exists. We are going to navigate beyond the noise of the mind and the static of past emotions. We are going to find the main switch for this sacred circuit, and with intention and love, we will turn it on. Because your external reality cannot change sustainably until your internal energy is recalibrated to its original frequency. And the fact that you are here, listening to these words, is not mere chance. It's a sign. Your soul is ready to come home. Your biology is ready to awaken. Are you ready to activate yourself? You wake up. Before you even open your eyes, a familiar sensation runs through your body. Maybe it's a subtle tightness in your chest, a current of anxiety tingling under your skin, or maybe a feeling of heaviness, a resistance to starting the day that feels like a repetition of yesterday. You get up, have your coffee, and the mind begins its usual monologue. The to-do list, the worries about the future, the replay of a conversation from yesterday, an incessant noise, a program running in the background that drains your energy before the day truly even begins. This isn't a flaw in you. It's not weakness. It's a program, a survival program. This is the static that keeps your quantum biocircuit in standby mode. Think of your brain as a garden. Every thought, every emotion, every experience you have is like a seed. When you repeat a thought or a feeling, you are watering that seed. Over time, that seed grows roots, flourishes, and becomes a strong, well-established neural pathway. Science calls this neuroplasticity. Your brain isn't static. It's constantly remodeling itself based on what you think, feel, and do. Now, what happens when, in childhood, you learn that the world is an unsafe place? What happens when you experience rejection, or loss, or fear? You begin to cultivate thoughts and feelings of being on alert, worry, anxiety, self-criticism. Every time you feel this way, your body releases a cascade of chemical stimulants, stress hormones like cortisol. And here is the secret most people don't understand. Your body can become chemically addicted to these survival emotions. It's what Dr. Joe Dispenza calls an emotional memory. Your body, on a cellular level, memorizes the feeling of anxiety, of frustration, of not being good enough. It gets so used to this chemistry that it begins to crave it, to feel normal. So even when everything in your life is fine, your body, addicted to the past, might look for a reason to trigger the old chemistry. It will scan your mind for a worrisome memory or project a feared scenario into the future just to get its familiar dose of cortisol. This is the static. It is a self-perpetuating biochemical cycle. You think a worrisome thought, your brain releases chemicals that make your body feel anxious. Your anxious body then sends signals back to the brain to think more worrisome thoughts, creating a loop. You are no longer responding to the reality of the present moment. You are trapped in a biochemical echo of your past. This emotional static doesn't just cloud your peace, it actively interferes with the frequency of your quantum biocircuit. It's like trying to tune into a classical music radio station, but all you hear is loud, distorted static. The music is there, the frequency is being broadcast, but the static from your receiver is so loud you can't hear it. You try to change. You read self-help books. You repeat positive affirmations. You tell yourself, I am abundant, but your body is vibrating at the chemical frequency of scarcity. You say, I am calm, but your nervous system is flooded with the chemistry of anxiety. And the universe, the quantum field, doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your vibration. It responds to your chemistry. It responds to the frequency your body is broadcasting every second. As long as you are, biochemically, the same person as yesterday, you will keep recreating the same reality as yesterday. It's not a punishment, it's quantum physics. But what if I told you that you don't need to fight this static? What if trying to fight it only makes it stronger? What if the key isn't to fight, but to simply change the frequency? The truth is, this survival program, this static, is not your enemy. It was an ally. It was created by an intelligent part of you to protect you, to help you navigate a world that seemed dangerous. It did its job. But now, the program is outdated. The danger has passed, but the alarm keeps ringing, draining your life force and keeping your true technology, your biocircuit, disconnected. To honor this program is to thank it for its service, and then, lovingly, choose to turn it off, not because it's bad, but because you're ready to operate from a new system. A system of creation, of expansion, of love. The system you were originally designed for. For millennia, our ancestors and sages told us that the power to heal and create resides within us. They spoke in the languages of faith, of energy, of spirit. Today, science is beginning to speak a surprisingly similar language, offering us an instruction manual for the miraculous. Let's look at your biology not as a limitation, but as the most advanced instrument in the universe. Think about neuroplasticity again. The fact that you can create new neural pathways is proof that you are not doomed to repeat your past. Dr. Joe Dispenza demonstrates in his work that in a matter of weeks, people who practice meditation and focus on elevated emotions like gratitude, joy, and love can create measurable and permanent changes in their brains. When you feel genuine gratitude, your body doesn't produce cortisol. It produces a different biochemistry. It releases dopamine and oxytocin, the neurotransmitters of well-being, connection, and love. By practicing the feeling of gratitude before the event happens, you are literally teaching your body what your future feels like chemically. You're changing who you are on a biochemical level. But the transformation goes even deeper, down to the level of your genes. For a long time, we believed our genes were our destiny, an unchangeable blueprint that determined our health, our personality, and our potential. The new science of epigenetics completely shatters this idea. Epigenetics is the study of how the environment, and most importantly, how our perception of the environment, controls the activity of our genes. Your thoughts and emotions are chemical signals that travel through your body. These signals can attach to your cells and, literally, instruct your genes to turn on or turn off. Imagine your genes as a vast library of blueprints. You have genes for health and genes for disease. You have genes for stress and genes for peace. The emotional static of your past, the fear, the guilt, the shame, activates the genes that match those frequencies. But when you change your inner state, when you consciously generate elevated emotions, you send a new signal to your cells. You are selecting new blueprints from the library. You are activating the genes for health, vitality, and longevity. You are not a victim of your biology. You are the master of your biology. You are the epigenetic engineer of your own cellular expression. And the command center for this signal transmission isn't just the brain, it's the heart. The HeartMath Institute has scientifically proven that the heart generates an electromagnetic field thousands of times more powerful than the brain's. This field extends for several feet around your body. It's not a poetic metaphor, it's a measurable fact. When you are in a state of stress or frustration, your heart's rhythm becomes irregular and chaotic. The field you emit is incoherent, it's pure static. But when you cultivate emotions like gratitude, compassion, or love, your heart's rhythm becomes smooth, orderly, and coherent. And this heart coherence changes the information you are broadcasting to every cell in your body and to the quantum field around you. Your heart is the frequency tuner for your biocircuit. Science and spirituality are no longer in conflict. They are meeting in a magnificent dance, revealing the same truth. You are a being of light and information, gifted with an innate technology to heal yourself and create the reality you choose. Your body isn't just a physical container, it's a quantum interface. And your emotions aren't just random reactions, they are the instructions you give to that interface. If this convergence of ancestral wisdom and modern discovery is resonating with you, if it's stirring something deep within your being, I invite you to anchor this connection. Take a deep breath, feel your heart, and if you feel the calling, share this video with someone you love, someone who is also seeking this bridge between the mind and the soul, between the possible and the real. Let's create a wave of good vibrations together. So, here we are. We understand the static, the survival program chemically addicted to the past, and we understand the potential, the quantum biocircuit capable of rewriting our biology. But what is the key? What is the precise mechanism that turns one off and the other on? The answer is so simple that the mind, accustomed to complexity, almost dismisses it. The key is the power of conscious observation. In quantum physics, there is a fundamental principle called the observer effect. At its most basic level, it states that the act of observing something changes what is being observed. In a famous experiment, scientists found that subatomic particles behave like a wave of infinite possibilities when they are not being observed. But the moment an observer measures them, the wave collapses into a single particle, into a single reality. The observer collapses possibility into reality. Now, apply this to your inner life. Your repetitive thoughts and emotions, the static of survival, are like that wave of potential. As long as you are identified with them, as long as you believe you are your anxiety, are your sadness, you are unconsciously collapsing the same reality over and over again. You are the program, and the program is in control. But the moment you take a step back and observe the thought or emotion without judgment, something miraculous happens. You are no longer the program. You become the consciousness that observes the program. And in that space, in that silence between you, the observer, and the pattern, the observed, lies all your power. By observing the old pattern without reacting to it, you stop giving it your energy. You stop watering the seed. You stop feeding the biochemical addiction. You are literally beginning to deactivate the neural pathways of your old self. Let me tell you a short story. There was a time in my life when I lived with paralyzing social anxiety. Any meeting, any presentation, any event became an internal battlefield. Days before, my mind would start spinning disaster scenarios. Hours before, my heart would pound, my hands would sweat. It was an automatic program. I was my anxiety. And of course, that energy created the exact uncomfortable social interactions I feared. I tried everything. I tried to fight the anxiety, to tell myself to be confident. That only made the anxiety stronger. I tried to ignore it, to pretend it wasn't there. It just shouted louder. Then, one day, exhausted from fighting, I tried something different. Minutes before an important presentation, I felt the familiar wave of panic rising in my chest, the cortisol chemistry flooding my system. But instead of fighting or fleeing, I just stopped. I closed my eyes and I observed. I told myself, okay, here is the feeling. It's a tightness in the chest, a rapid heartbeat, a thought that says, you are going to fail. I didn't judge it. I didn't resist it. I just observed it with a kind of gentle curiosity, like a scientist observing a phenomenon. And then the miracle happened. By becoming the observer, the wave of panic, cut off from my energy and my identification, began to lose its power. It passed through me instead of consuming me. The tightness in my chest softened. The mind grew quiet, and in the space that opened up, a calm emerged. A presence that had always been there, behind the static. That day, I didn't defeat anxiety. I simply stopped becoming it. I withdrew my consciousness from the survival program and placed it in the operating system of the soul. And by doing so, I allowed a new biochemistry, that of peace, of oxytocin, to flow through my body. This is the power you have in every moment. You don't need to wait for a meditation retreat or an epiphany. You can do this right now. The thought of worry arises. Instead of following it, observe it. Ah, interesting. The worry thought is here. The feeling of frustration tightens your stomach. Instead of reacting, observe it. I notice the sensation of frustration in my body. This simple act of witnessing is the shift in consciousness. It is you reclaiming your power as the observer who collapses reality. You stop collapsing the reality of your past out of habit and begin to open a space for a new reality, a new biochemistry, a new frequency to emerge. This is the first step to consciously activating your biocircuit. You're clearing the static, not by force, but by presence. Let's anchor this power now. Go to the comments and declare with intention, feeling every word. I am the consciousness that observes. I activate my power now. It's not just a phrase, it's a command to your biology, to your brain, to your cells, that you have taken charge. Theory is the map. Experience is the territory. We've talked about the static. We've talked about the circuit. We've talked about the key of the observer. Now, let's step into the territory. Let's do more than understand. Let's transform. I invite you now to an activation exercise, a sacred moment, wherever you are, to turn off the program of the past and turn on the frequency of your soul. Take a deep breath, find a comfortable position, sit or lie down. Gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath, filling your lungs completely, and as you exhale, let go. Let go of the day. Let go of expectations. Let go of the need to do this right. Just be here, present in your own being. Bring to your awareness, without judgment, the primary emotional static in your life. It could be anxiety, fear, frustration, the feeling of not enoughness. Don't dive into its story. Just feel its energetic signature in your body right now. Where does it live? Is it a weight on your shoulders? A knot in your stomach? A gray cloud in your mind? Just acknowledge it, and instead of repulsion, offer it silent compassion. Visualize this energy as a frightened child or a tired guardian who has worked for years to protect you. In your mind, tell it, I see you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. But your job is now complete. You have permission to rest. Feel a wave of gratitude for this part of yourself. Honor it. And in doing so, you begin to honor it into wholeness instead of fighting against it. Now, gently move your awareness from the static to the center of your chest, to your heart. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe deeply into and out of this space. And now, feel a genuine feeling of gratitude. It can be for something small, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the smile of a loved one, the beauty of a flower, the simple fact that you're alive and breathing in this moment. Don't just think about gratitude. Feel it. Let the feeling expand in your chest like a warm, golden sun. Let this elevated chemistry, this coherent frequency, fill every cell of your heart. Feel your heart's rhythm calming, becoming coherent, powerful. You are tuning your transmitter. You are changing the signal. Holding this feeling of gratitude in your heart, now visualize this golden, coherent light beginning to flow out from your heart. See it traveling up into your brain. See this golden light bathing every neuron, dissolving the old pathways of fear and worry, and see it weaving new pathways of light, new circuits of peace, clarity, and genius. Now feel this golden light moving down, flowing through your arms, your torso, your legs, all the way to the tips of your fingers and your toes. Visualize this coherent frequency activating a dormant light circuit within every cell, as if millions of tiny lights were turning on all over your body, one by one, pushing out any static, any density, any memory of pain. Your body is no longer a record of the past. It is becoming a generator of light, a living expression of your soul's frequency. Feel it. Feel the vibration, the well-being, the vitality. You are online. Phase 4. Anchor the new frequency. Remain in this state for a moment. This is not a state you are manufacturing. It is your natural state. It is who you are beneath the static. This feeling of peace, of wholeness, of vitality. This is your new baseline, your new vibrational home. And to seal this activation, to anchor it from the quantum field into your physical reality, we will use the power of declaration. As soon as you finish this exercise, with this energy still vibrating in you, go to the comments and write, "The circuit is active. My soul is online." Every person who writes this adds their light to a growing field of consciousness. We are doing this together. We are activating a network of light across the planet, one heart at a time. Take one more deep breath, and when you are ready, gently bring your awareness back to your body, back to the room. Open your eyes. Something has changed. Maybe you can feel it. A stillness behind the thoughts, a lightness in your body, a subtle clarity in your perception. This isn't imagination. It's a shift in frequency. You have stopped transmitting the static of the past and started transmitting the clear signal of your soul. And the universe, like a perfect mirror, must now begin to reflect this new transmission back to you. What will life be like from this new frequency? Synchronicities will become your new normal. Those meaningful chances, those perfect coincidences, will stop being rare events. You will think of someone, and that person will call. You will need a piece of information, and it will appear in a book or a conversation. This isn't magic, it's resonance. Your clear signal is now being received by the field, and the field is responding with clarity. Your intuition will become your most reliable compass. That inner voice, once muffled by the static of anxiety and doubt, will now speak with unmistakable clarity. You will simply know which path to take, which decision to make, because intuition is the direct data stream from the quantum field, and your biocircuit is now a wide open receiver. Your health and vitality will begin to flourish. By operating from elevated emotions, you are constantly sending signals of healing and regeneration to your cells. You are activating the genes for health. Your body, free from the biochemical burden of stress, can finally do what it was designed to do: thrive. But here is the final and most important piece. Maintaining this frequency requires practice and compassion. The old survival program doesn't disappear overnight. The static will try to return, not because it's evil, but out of pure habit. The old neural pathways are still there, even if they are weaker. When an old thought of fear or an old feeling of doubt arises, do not panic. Do not think you have failed. This is crucial. Seeing the pattern return is not a sign of regression. It's an opportunity to practice. It's your nervous system releasing stored energy. It's your body detoxifying from the chemistry of the past. In these moments, the tool is the same: compassionate observation. Just observe the pattern arise. Smile at it as if it's an old friend stopping by for a visit. And then, gently, tell it, I see you, I thank you, but I choose my new frequency now. Then, breathe. Place your hand on your heart and consciously generate the feeling of gratitude. Change your signal. Every time you do this, the old neural pathway weakens and the new pathway of your activated biocircuit gets stronger. You are not fighting the darkness. You are simply turning on the light again and again and again until the light becomes your natural state of being. You are not becoming someone new. You are remembering who you have always been. At the beginning, you looked for technology out there, on screens, in systems, in promises of a better future. Now, you understand the most advanced technology, the fastest connection, the most real power, has always been pulsing silently within your own cells. You are the creator and the creation, the observer and the observed, the technology and the technician. Take one more deep breath. Feel the vibrant light in every atom of your being and repeat softly, aloud, or in your heart, allowing the words to become your lived truth. I am not the echo of my past. I am the frequency of my soul, vibrating now. If this message, this activation, touched something true and deep within you, leave a star emoji in the comments. No words are necessary. This is our signal. The signal that the network of light is expanding. The signal that we are awakening. Together,